الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. واذكر في الكتاب إبراهيم إنه كان صديقا نبيا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. My dear respected brothers in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As we are entering the days of Hajj, it is a great time to reflect and ponder and analyze about the life of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam. Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam was a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was not just a prophet, he was a great prophet. He was from the Ulul Azm. Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he was a youngster, he was a very intelligent person, but when he was a youngster, he seen his society. And in his society, he seen that every single body there used to worship idols. This was common amongst everybody. They used to participate in shirk, which is the greatest sin in Islam. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, he seen this and he realized that what they're doing is wrong. First, they're making idols with their own hands. And then on top of that, they're worshipping these idols that they created themselves. So Ibrahim alayhi salam rejected that idea. Now Ibrahim alayhi salam, he goes to his father and he says to his father, أَتَتَّخِذُ أَصْنَامًا آلِهَةً? Have you taken these idols as your lords? إِنِّي أَرَاكَ وَقَوْمَكَ فِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ. Verily I have seen you and your nation in open misguidance. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, we can see here that Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, that he seen his entire nation doing something wrong and he went against it. So the lesson we can take from this is that no matter what everybody else is doing, we need to focus on what's right. No matter what your friends are doing, no matter what anybody else is doing, we don't go astray. We see the youngsters nowadays on their phones, a lot of stuff that they're doing is not good. But what we have to do is that when we see these things and we see our friends doing this, we have to stop them and we have to stay away from these kind of things. So Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, after he tells his father this, he sees the stars and he wants to convey this message to the people. فَلَمَّا جَنَّ عَلَيْهِ اللَّيْلُ رَأَى كَوْكَبًا. So when the night enveloped them and he seen the stars, he said, قَالَ هَذَا رَبِّي, that this is my Lord. He's trying to show that the people that he's trying to educate them. So Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, he says, this is my Lord. Now the people, for them, their lords are the idols. So when Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam is saying this, he's challenging their beliefs. فَلَمَّا أَفَلَ قَالَ لَا أُحِبُّ الْآفِلِينَ. And then after when the stars did disappear, he says that I don't like things that disappear. I don't want a God that just disappears on me, that leaves me. Then after, when he sees the moon, فَلَمَّا رَأَى الْقَمَرَ بَازِغًا قَالَ هَذَا رَبِّي. When the moon appears, he said, this is my Lord. فَلَمَّا أَفَلَ قَالَ لَئِن لَمْ يَهْدِنِي رَبِّي لَأَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْقَوْمِ الضَّالِينَ. When he sees this moon and the moon disappears, he says that had my Lord not guided me, I would have went astray. Then when he sees the sun, when the sun comes, فَلَمَّا رَأَى الشَّمْسَ بَازِغَةً قَالَ هَذَا رَبِّي هَذَا أَكْبَرُ. When he sees the sun, he says that this is my Lord, this is the biggest, it's bigger than the stars, it's bigger than the moon, this is my Rabb. فَلَمَّا أَفَلَ قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ إِنِّي بَرِيءٌ مِّمَّا تُشْرِكُونَ. And when the sun sets, now the sun is gone too. So he says that, oh my qawm, oh my people, I'm free from that which you have associated with. He's talking about them and the idols that they are associating with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنِّي وَجَّهْتُ وَجْهِيَ لِلَّذِي فَطَرَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ حَنِيفًا وَمَا أَنَا مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. He says that he is devoting himself towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one that has created the heavens and the earth. And he is not a polytheist, he's not one that does shirk, he's not a mushrik. Now the people, they have a festival. And Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, he stays back. Now what happens is Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, he goes to the idols. And what he does is he tells them, "Ma lakum la tantiqun?" What is the matter with you? Why don't you speak? After this, Ibrahim alayhi salam, he gets frustrated. The idols are not talking back. So he takes an axe and he destroys all of the idols. Now when the people return, they see that their idols are all destroyed. And they want to find out what happened. They inquire. And they find out that someone says that Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was the one who did it. So they come to Ibrahim alayhi salam and they ask him, "Oh Ibrahim, are you the one that did this?" Ibrahim alayhi salam says, "No, rather it was that big idol. He's the one who did it." Now the people, they're thinking to themselves and they say that the idols, they can't speak. How are they supposed to do it? How would he know? So they tell Ibrahim alayhi salam that he can't speak, he can't hear. How can he tell us what happened? So Ibrahim alayhi salam says, he can't harm you, he can't benefit you, they can't do anything for you, yet you worship them. When people are doing something wrong, we have to emphasize that we have to do it, we have to educate them. So Ibrahim alayhi salam is educating them. Now the people, what they do is, in return for him destroying the idols, they want to burn Ibrahim alayhi salam. They want to punish him. So what they do is they make a fire and they throw Ibrahim alayhi salam inside. Now Ibrahim alayhi salam, he's friends with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's Khalilullah. He made friends with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you make friends with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no matter who comes against you, no matter what happens, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guard you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect you. So when Ibrahim alayhi salam gets thrown in the fire, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Ya naru kuni barudan wa salaman ala Ibrahim." O fire, be cool, be calm on Ibrahim. Now Ibrahim alayhi salam is in the fire and he's not burning. How can we see this and how can these people see this and they still don't believe? This is where you find out that some people, no matter what happens, no matter what's the circumstance, they'll never believe. So Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, he goes to his father and he tries to convince his father. He says, "Ya abati." He says to his father with such love and compassion. A person who's doing shirk, who is doing the biggest sin, his father is speaking to him. He's speaking to his father with such respect. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says in the Quran, he tells us in the Quran that to not even say uff to our parents. Not even say uff, which is like, for example, if you were to shrug or like say, oh, something like that. So Ibrahim alayhi salam is speaking to his father who is doing something so wrong with such respect. And then when he realizes his father is not changing, he's not changing his ways, Ibrahim alayhi salam, he says, "Salamun alayk," that peace be upon you. Now with the lesson we can take from this is that when we're in a situation, when we're in a place where we can't get our point across, what we have to do is we have to leave that place. Because what's the problem? If we stay in that place, there's a danger to our iman in our life. So what we have to do is we have to get out there. When we have friends that are calling us towards wrong, when they're calling us towards bad, we have to stay away. We try our best to give some advice, but if they don't take it, we have to leave. There's a saying that if you go into a perfume store, and you stay there all day, when you come out, you're going to smell like perfume, you're going to smell nice. But when you go into a blacksmith place, or if you go into a garage, when you come out of that place, you won't smell nice. So just like this, the company we have will have a huge effect on us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to take some lessons from the life of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.